show you how great I am.
I'm gonna float like a butterfly and sting like a bee. I am the king of the world.
G5 Jeff TV, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, please share this video, support your boy. Support good content at all times. All social media is in the description box, and please hit that bell icon so you'll be notified when I drop that heat. Now, I know y'all read the title of this video and was like, yo, what the hell is this dude talking about today? Well, listen, I be having random boxing thoughts throughout the course of the day because I love boxing. That's what I do. But I figured this one was pretty interesting, so I figured I'd drop the video on it. So pop your popcorn, get some juice, water, whatever the case may be. Sit back, relax, and listen to your boy break this down. Now, Terrance Crawford is one of the hottest boxers in boxing. He's one of the best boxers in boxing. He's a top 3 pound-for-pound guy, whether you like him or dislike him. Now, I'm not going to get into where I have him on my pound-for-pound list in terms of the top 3. Just know that he's in my top 3. Now, Terrance Crawford is coming off of a victory against Jose Benavidez Jr. on ESPN. Did great numbers. Did 2.2 million views. There was a report by Kevin Iole that it peaked at 2.7 million views. So those are great numbers for Terrance Crawford, especially against someone that a lot of people do not know. So that's a tribute to Terrance Crawford and his star power right now. He's aligned with Top Rank. He's aligned with Bob Arum. The main thing that you can get at with Terrance Crawford is his resume. If you can say anything about Terrance Crawford, it would be his resume. And I'm a Terrance Crawford fan, and I wouldn't be able to dispute it. Terrance Crawford has not had an opportunity to face A-level competition. I think at best you can say he has faced B- to C+ competition. And I'm a fan, but I'm not a biased fan, so I will openly admit that about Terrance Bud Crawford. Now, in his defense, you only can take care of the people that's in front of you. And that's the responsibility of Top Rank and Bob Arum. So to talk in terms of Terrance Crawford right now, and this is the reason why I asked, could Terrance Crawford be the next Timothy Bradley, is Terrance Crawford at this point in his career, his boxing fate depends on whether Bob Arum is going to get him top-level fights on the other side of the street. What I mean by that is negotiating with Al Haymon and PBC. Now, Bob Arum has been in the boxing news lately. He said Al Haymon is a cancer. He said he doesn't know if Al Haymon even exists. And basically, Bob Arum is basically saying that he wants the fight between Terrance Crawford and Errol Spence, but he can't play ball with Al Haymon because Al Haymon is a quote-unquote cancer. Bob Arum is an OG in the game. If that's his opinion, that's his opinion. But the fate of Terrance Crawford in terms of his boxing legacy depends on whether Bob Arum is going to play ball and whether Al Haymon is going to play ball and Terrance Crawford is going to be able to fight these PBC fighters. Now, this is where Timothy Bradley comes in. Timothy Bradley was a very, very good fighter. Very good fighter. He was a pound-for-pound, I would say top 10 guy in his peak of his career. Very good fighter. And for the most part, Bob Arum and Top Rank did right by Timothy Bradley in terms of opponents. Throughout Timothy Bradley's career, he had a lot of opportunities against a lot of different guys. He was fortunate enough to get a Manny Pacquiao fight 3 times. He fought Brandon Rios. He fought Jesse Vargas. He fought Juan Manuel Marquez. He fought Ruslan Provodnikov, which I think that fight changed his life for the worse. But I'll get into that in a second. He faced Devin Alexander. He faced Lamont Peterson. Actually, the Devin Alexander fight was a unification fight. He faced Nate Campbell. He faced Kendall Holt. Joel Casamayor. He faced Diego Chavez. Timothy Bradley resume is pretty much stamped. Bob Arum did a good job with Timothy Bradley in terms of his career. But if you ask the boxing hardcore fan, how would you describe the career of Timothy Bradley? It would be this. He fought great against Marquez. He fought Pacquiao 3 times. Basically lost all 3 times. He unified with Devin Alexander. Timothy Bradley was a top 10 pound-for-pound guy in his prime in the sport of boxing. But damn, I wish Bob Arum would have allowed Timothy Bradley to go fight some of those PBC guys. I wish he could have fought Floyd Mayweather. I wish he could have fought Sean Porter. I wish he could have fought Adrian Broner. I wish he would have fought Keith Thurman. I wish he would have fought Danny Garcia. My point is, it seems like Timothy Bradley's resume is good, but is incomplete. His career was good, but it was incomplete. I think the best way to describe it, and this is for all my greedy food eating people out there, it's like you have a plate of food and the food is great, but it wasn't enough. So your taste buds are satisfied, but you're not full. Like, that's Timothy Bradley's career in a nutshell. The main thing you think is, damn, I wish Bob Arum would have lined him up against those PBC fighters. And that's why I ask, could Terrance Crawford become the next Timothy Bradley? Because right now, Terrance Crawford needs for Bob Arum to play ball with Al Heyman and line him up with PBC fighters more than Timothy Bradley did. Timothy Bradley had a good 10 fights on his resume where they were legit opponents and well-known opponents. Terrance Crawford's best victory in his career in terms of opponents is Victor Postal and Yuriorkis Gamboa. Facts. We don't know if Bob Arum is going to play ball with Al Heyman. We don't know if Al Heyman is going to play ball with Bob Arum. The way the political landscape is right now, if you had to put some money on it, you would bet no, that they're not going to play ball. But then in the same breath as boxing fans, we will say, hey, Terrance Crawford didn't fight nobody. Terrance Crawford doesn't draw up the contracts. Terrance Crawford doesn't do the negotiating. This is what happens when you're signed with a promoter. Your career and your decisions is in your promoter and in your manager's hands. I want to see Terrance Crawford fight Earl Spence. I want to see Terrance Crawford fight Keith Thurman, Sean Porter, Danny Garcia, Amir Khan. I want to see him fight the top guys at 147. And I'm not comparing Terrance Crawford to Timothy Bradley in terms of a fighter, because I feel like Terrance Crawford is the better fighter when it comes down to him and Timothy Bradley. I just feel like Terrance Crawford is more versatile, physically more gifted, and he can do more in the ring. So I'm not comparing them from a fighting standpoint. I'm comparing them from a resume standpoint. At the end of the day, if Bob Arum does not line up Terrance Crawford with these PBC fighters, then Terrance Crawford could very well end up having the same career description as Timothy Bradley. Career was very good, but there was a lot missing at the end of the day. Now, y'all let me know what y'all think in the comment section. G5 Jeff TV, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button. Please share this video, support your boy. Support good content at all times. I appreciate y'all. Peace.